Why do you ladies still have homeless voodoo around Earth Angels in the cards? Don't they know that causes natural disasters? It's what it is. It's what it is. Who's going to take responsibility for that? That's the question. And you know they've got to be wondering why it didn't turn out the way that they wanted it to. And I mean, I don't know how they were planning on that turning out. Sounds like it's homeless voodoo. Doesn't sound like it's going to turn out very good for anyone, except the person it goes back on. That's what it is. Anyway, so we've got to get past this energy. It's just icky. Doesn't that shit, just the sound of that, doesn't that just kind of give you the ick? It's just what it is. Anyway, yeah, I mean, expect way more judgment. It's what it is. They have opened doors that they never should have opened, and didn't wanted someone else to go through them, and now they'll have to be going through them themselves. It's just what it is. Let's do a starseed read, shall we? God, cut us all that is. Angels, archangels, cinemasters, divine white light has to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself, as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. So it's like on the last video, I mean, if they can, ooh, nose is itching. If they can channel Bob and Harry and Guido and Gordo, and that's what it is, why did they just channel God force energy, universal life force energy? Something that's more authentic to them in vibration. Thank you, Spirit. That's what it is. We don't have all of the answers. Hell, I don't like AI, but as soon as I go and ask it the question, it pops up exactly what I've been saying. It just words it in a way that people go, oh, well, this must be the truth. This must be the answer the great AI God has given us. That's what it's edification. Doesn't matter if you use AI or another person. That's what it is. So, but I mean, that's the thing, is they went up against a healer because they don't want healing. Plain and simple. They don't profit off of that. They don't profit off of healing you. The fuck made you ever think these people made money off of curing you? Come on now. Thank you, Spirit. They have to keep that quiet. They have to keep that under wraps. It's just what it is. They have to keep that under wraps, just like a list to a kitty island. They do. Ask them. And they'll tell you. Just ask them. What do they mean it's a suicide mission going after the Earth Angel? Where's this Earth Angel? I tried that whole self-delete shit. It doesn't work. It doesn't. You wake up to an English, Spanish, Catholic translator. Oh, this motherfucker's not real. I think they're crazy. I think they're crazy blondes on a plane. It's just what it is. I don't believe in any of that. I didn't see it, so I don't know what they're talking about. It's just what it is. A bunch of false god shit. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. When these readers are talking about the DNA of the sun, well, where are these sunspots? Where are these sunspots strategically placed across the planet? It's just what it is. I hear Pisces. Thank you, Spirit. I hear Pisces has done something no one else has ever done before. Cool. Where is that, Pisces? And what did you do? What did you do, Pisces? What have you done other than hand karmic family members, natural disasters for holidays? It's just what it is. Left brain, right brain, subconscious mind. It's what it is. I mean, when there's no communication and everybody's, in this whole sacrifice the Earth Angel energy, that shit bounces off of me. It's got to go somewhere. Who's going to take responsibility for that? Cards in the upright? No. Cool. We'll flip it around. What is the focus on this situation? Yes, they have no willpower. It's just what it is. there's a lot of that energy of addicts needing a dollar, playing with dollar store magic. Is that true? Voodoo and shit. That's what it is. Leave it to an addict. You can't trust that person. Never. You can probably trust the person. You just can't trust the drugs. You can't, and certainly can't trust the person administering them. That's the dupter. That's what it is, energy exchange. I wonder how Pisces calls his energy back from this corrupt group of parasites. How do you think that energy exchange works with the crown activation, huh? How do you think he rotates his halo how do you think the angel rotates his halo with a sun star chakra activation, calling his energy back in meditation? How do you think he does that? There's a class for that. How do you think he uses another master so that if two shall see, so shall it be? And the energy flows a lot more freely. That's what it is. Can't do anything about it. I hear they were using that voodoo and magic shit trying to control someone's happiness, trying to bend their free will. And all it did was backfire and bend the free will of a lot of other people. Wow, that's a lot of responsibility for them to have to deal with. Look at that evolution. So, how does that starseed call their energy back that was harvested by a corrupt group of parasites that's got them all in a tizzy now? Are they all in a tizzy? That's what it is. It's okay to be in a tizzy. You are not responsible for how people feel in a tizzy. Demons chasing their tails, stomping their hooves, banging their horns on the wall. It has nothing to do with you, Pisces. It just has nothing to do with you. It's Hopi prophecy. This is what it is. And not everybody's going to make it. All right, you got to keep in mind, these spiritual wars happen every lifetime, especially when they're looking for the Ark of the Rainbow Covenant. It's just what it is. They compete for it every time. Right, the Knights of the Templar will tell you that it's hidden away somewhere, and then they tell you that they hid the Earth Angel in plain sight, and it's what it is. And you win some, you lose some lifetimes. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. However, we all go through the veil of forgetfulness, and then you have those that think, oh, we're the elites. We have this knowledge that was handed down to us that we didn't go within and find ourselves. It's just what it is. Have a QHHT session. I know a great group of practitioners. That's what it is. Got to have faith. I got to have faith. So how do you think that Earth Angel calls his energy back that's been harvested from a corrupt group of parasites using faith, the rainbow chakra activation, a crown activation, a full anointing, and then calls judgment through the divine white light? It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Do we need any more cards? No. Look at that. Look at that. It's what it is. So, and I mean, people talk about INFJ self-talk all the time, and they never know what that is. Well, utilizing both sides of the brain simultaneously split right down the middle, we're talking to the other side of our brain. It's the Lover's card. I've showed you this before. How does the Earth Angel get his downloads from the Most High? Well, let me cover up the bear, people. since we're all adults here. Do you see how Adam looks over at Eve? Do you see how the Eve of destruction is looking straight up at the divine Earth Angel? See those wings? See that sun? Pisces, sun Adam. God's first creation was atom, Atom. He had to have a partner, the Eve of destruction, the electron. She had to vibrate. He had to give her a ribbon. She had to reverberate. She had to have a purpose in the tree of life. The python or the proton. Go to Google, look up the CIA's The Story of Adam and Eve. What's the problem with the public knowledge that they hand you? Well, when you Google it, it messes with your eyes. They deter you from wanting to look at it. It's a mental trick, right? This is hard. This is hard to read. Well, yeah, that's why they do that. So you don't fucking read it. Anyway, that's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I don't play with voodoo. I play with Reiki teddy bears. Was going to, but they just didn't. They didn't want that. They wanted to put an end to that. They wanted to put an end to 5-star Jesus healing. They just did. They say Reiki is the alchemical ability that Jesus possessed. And I know with the Christ consciousness awakening on the planet, they do. They want to put an end to those things. They do. I think they used voodoo or whatever weird shit on my QHHT business, but the universe sent me happy, healthy die, my friend. He just sent me more Scorpio death energy. It's just what it is. I hear there were the animal sacrifices, and then poof, here comes pushing up Daisy. That's John Wick's dog's name. It's John Wick's dog's name. They talk about a John Wick of the astral realm. There was a prophet that they went on. Is that like Edgar Casey, INFJ Pisces, the sleeping prophet? Is that what they're talking about? It's just what it is. Anyway. Yeah, you would think with every reader on the planet pulling these people's names out of a hat, and that's the thing, is they're too busy in the background causing chaos and calamity to know that every tarot reader across the planet is calling them out by signs that I know the names to. And then you have the readers pulling the names out of a hat. And it's what it is. So yeah, I'm sure there is a whole lot. And you can't trust anyone at this point. It's just what it is. When the sun comes out in tarot, it shines the light down on all of the signs. It is not hard to follow the signs. You take what resonates and you leave the rest for someone else. What it is. So, and I hear they were doing spell work on vehicles. Okay, great. Well, you got readers today that are talking about God is going to show them how not to use magic. So, that's what it is. Anyway. And that's generally the biggest thing. Were we giving or taking? Because it is better to give than to receive. So I give my time, my effort, my knowledge, give that. And then I call energy back that I've expelled when I was out. Dead-end jobs, energy harvesters, witches, cults, and covens harvesting it for creative properties. And then they make money. And money is currency. Money is just a tool. The same way my knowledge is just like tools, calling it back and channeling it right into the earth for the new earth ascension. It's just what it is. So, everyone, have a beautiful weekend. I may come back and do another reading. I may not. There's no telling what I'm going to do. Pisces has to move in silence so the devil doesn't fuck it up. But it's what it is. It's what it is. Namaste.